invented long time ago, and very common siya sa mga gas cycles, no? Meron tayong various applications ng reciprocating engine. Pero most common is yung sa ating mga sasakyan. So, sa engine, in an engine of a car or a vehicle, the engine is most likely a reciprocating engine wherein there is an intake of the air and fuel mixture into the engine, and then there goes na yung different processes. Tapos, yung the basis of the succeeding cycles that I am going to discuss is always the Carnot engine, no? Yun yung basis nilang lahat on how diesel cycle operates, on how auto cycle operates. Lahat sila is naka-base sa Carnot cycle. Okay? So, before we start, again, didiscuss ko muna yung different nomenclatures ng isang reciprocating engine. So, let's say we have the engine here, and then in reality, meron tayo ditong dalawang holes. And para saan ba itong dalawang holes na to? Itong unang hole natin, this is where the air-fuel mixture. Sorry, nakashare na ba ako ng screen?
Yes po.
Okay. This is the where air-fuel mixture is entering. So, dito yung intake natin sa hole na to. And then, the other hole here, this is where the exhaust gases is leaving or are leaving. So, dito sa exhaust gases, most of the times nga, ito ay yung mga carbon monoxide na, etc. No? And then, this is the cylinder. We have the piston. So, let's say this is our piston. Which is connected by a shaft. May tayo shaft here. So this piston here, class, let's say this is where the motion is happening, like it is going up or down. So the topmost portion that a piston can go to is called the top dead center. Or acronym niya is TDC. So meaning, at that point, yan na yung topmost na pwedeng marating ng ating piston. So let's say here. Hanggang dyan yung compression na nagaganap. Why do you think, guys, it's not up until the topmost surface of the cylinder? What do you think is this portion here? Bakit hindi sagad-sagadan dun sa dulo? Bakit hindi hanggang dito yung piston? Do you have an idea? Why do we have a clearance here? So this is called the clearance. The portion that is not being reached by the piston. Why do we have this space? It's because this space is allotted for the air-fuel mixture class. Since this is a matter, it has a volume and it occupies space. So therefore, this portion here, this portion here, This is where the air-fuel mixture is being found. And at top dead center, since we have the clearance here, ito na yung ating isang volume na hinahanap. So yung top dead center natin class, the volume here, itong volume na ito, ang formula niyan is just the formula of a cylinder. Then the height is the clearance height. Meaning, di ba, what is the formula of cylinder? Ano formula ng cylinder class? Anyone? Formula ng cylinder. Limot na? Di ba cylinder is merong circular base, tapos i-multiply natin sa height. Di ba? So, meaning class, this volume here, ito na yung minimum volume. Minimum volume, which is equal to pi r squared times height 1, which is the clearance. So, height 1 is equivalent to the clearance height here. Meaning, this is the smallest volume na pwedeng magkaroon yung ating piston. Nakakahabol ba lahat? Do you understand? Do you still get what I'm saying? Okay. Now, class, pagdating kasi sa dito sa piston, itong surface na to, 'di ba, kung iti-3D ko siya, itong top na ito, para siyang ganyan, circular. Yan. Tapos ito yung ating piston kuwari. Itong broken lines na to. Yan. Para ito yung ating piston. Meaning itong space na to, ito yung volume na kinukuha natin. This is the volume that we are computing for the minimum volume. This one. Ito siya. This is, again, the minimum volume in a reciprocating engine. Ngayon, after reaching the top dead center, of course, this is a compression process. If meron tayo ditong spark plug, I don't know how it looks like, but meron tayong spark plug dito. And the purpose of spark plug is to ignite yung ating air-fuel mixture. So once the air-fuel mixture is ignited, the tendency of the piston is it will move downward. So from this position, from the top dead center, the piston will move downward because there is an increase in magkakaroon ka ng heat addition, mag-e-expand, there will be an expansion on the mixture. So, your piston will be pushed downward. So, this position of the piston is called the bottom dead center. This is bottom dead center. Or, it is also denoted as DBDC. And yung BDC natin is also the same concept with the top dead center. So this BDC here, if we have TDC as our minimum volume, this is volume of TDC. The BDC naman is our maximum volume. So that is also equal to pi r squared H2. So height natin here will be from this one to this one. This is your height 2. And that is the maximum volume. Again, that is the maximum volume that is possible. Dead center, this volume we are getting, this is TDC. BDC is when the meaning yung Vmax minus Vmin or minimum volume natin, this is the volume displacement. Okay? So these are the common nomenclatures that we are going to meet or and walang internet. Hello, class? Nawala ako. No? Akin. So, going back, the difference between the volume at top dead center and the volume at bottom dead center is already the volume displacement. Okay? So, dito din pala class, other terms na you will be encountering, example in your combustion. This portion here, from top dead center to bottom dead center, di ba, we have this one. But this is equivalent to height 2. So, yung height 2 pa lang, dito lang. Sorry. Height 2 is up to this one only. And ang other term sa kanya is the stroke. Okay? Again, yung movement, so from the top dead center, papuntang bottom dead center, that height is equal to the stroke of the piston. And yung area or yung portion ng ito, 'di ba? Ito, this is the piston. Yung bore na tinatawag class is the itong parang area ng piston that is called the bore. Yan yung mga common terms natin. Again, the stroke is the distance between the top dead center and the bottom dead center. And then yung bore naman is the area ng ating piston. So, meaning, if you multiply bore to stroke, yun na yung ating volume displacement din. Did you get it? Class, again, bore is the area of the piston. Stroke is the difference between the top dead center and the bottom dead center. And if you multiply the bore to the stroke, you will get the volume displacement. Okay? So, ano pa ba? We also have the compression ratio. So, compression ratio class, since this is a ratio, meaning this is a relationship, compression ratio, or denoted siya by letter, compression ratio is R. Denoted by letter R. So, compression ratio class is the ratio of our maximum volume to the minimum volume, or which is also equal to the volume at bottom dead center over the volume at top dead center. So that is the compression ratio. Meaning class, if our Example, if our maximum volume is 110 cubic meters, for example, and our minimum volume is 2 cubic meters. What do you think, guys, is the compression ratio? Again, if the maximum volume is 10, the minimum volume is 2, what is the compression ratio?
5.
Hmm? Hello? Nag-choppy ata. Correct. So, Mr. Panopio is correct, no? So, the compression ratio here, class, is 5. Okay, so that is, again, the ratio, the ratio between the maximum volume to the minimum volume. Okay? Are we clear on that? So, meaning that is the ratio ng volume na ito, itong entire volume na ito, to this volume, itong maliit na volume dito. Okay? So, those are the nomenclatures of a reciprocating engine or a piston cylinder device. So, let us now proceed with the Otto cycle. Before I proceed with the Otto cycle, again, the basis of the succeeding cycles that I am going to discuss is the Carnot cycle. And going back with the Carnot cycle, do you still remember the processes, the 4 processes that a Carnot cycle undergoes? Who can enumerate? What are the 4 processes in a Carnot cycle? Class, kasama sa exam. What are the 4 processes of a Carnot cycle? Meron tayong isothermal, heat addition, we have isentropic, compression, ano pa? Anyone who can enumerate? Mr. Hoson.
Ano po, ma'am? Ang process 1, 2 po ay isothermal heat addition. Tapos
Mm-hmm.
yung process 2, 3 po, yung isentropic expansion. Then
Mm-hmm.
process 3, 4 po ay isothermal heat rejection. Then process 4, 1 naman po ay isentropic compression.
Okay, very good. So, those are the processes in a Carnot cycle. Last choppy ba ako or hindi?
Hindi po.
Okay, you can hear me clearly now. Okay, so those are the processes again of a Carnot cycle. So, we have isothermal expansion, wherein dun din nangyayari yung ating heat addition. We have the isentropic expansion. We have isothermal compression and isentropic compression. And 2 weeks ago nga, we were able to derive the different formula ng isang Carnot cycle. So now, let us proceed, class, with the Otto cycle. So Otto cycle, class, this is the gasoline engine. So if your car utilizes gasoline, it follows the Otto cycle. Okay? So the ideal or air standard cycle for spark ignition engine, commonly known as gasoline engine, and that is the Otto cycle. All spark ignition engines are designed for gasoline fuels. So Gasoline fuel siya. Later, we'll know the difference between a gasoline engine and a diesel engine. So, sino dito ang merong sasakyan? So, if you are using gasoline, so therefore, you have a gasoline engine and it follows the Otto cycle. Whereas if you have a diesel engine, therefore, diesel cycle yung fina-follow niya. And the fuel in a diesel engine is of course diesel. And later we will know the difference in terms of the processes na nangyayari in the piston cylinder. And we'll also know how the work is being generated. Paano ba umaandar yung sasakyan? Saan ba nanggagaling yung work? Okay? So, this cycle, the Otto cycle class, is a constant volume combustion cycle. So, Otto cycle is a constant volume combustion cycle. Okay? And it was named after Nicholas Otto. FYI lang. This is named after Nicholas Otto. That's why it's called Otto cycle. So let's start with the processes that is present or that are present in an Otto cycle. So kanina, a while ago, we enumerated the processes in a Carnot cycle. This time, we are going to enumerate the processes in an Otto cycle. So process 1 to 2, process 1 to 2. We have 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and then 4 to 1. Okay? Process 1 to 2 natin, class, is the isentropic compression. So later, I'll draw the PV and TS diagram. Process 2 to 3 natin is the isometric heat addition. Meaning, heat is being added in a constant volume process. Kasi nga, again, Otto cycle is a constant volume combustion cycle. Process 3 to 4, we have here the isentropic expansion. And process 4 to 1 is the isometric heat rejection. So let us draw the PV and TS diagram. So for the PV diagram, class, see, this is our pressure and this is pressure axis and the volume axis for the x-axis. So this is the PV diagram of an Otto cycle. So let's start with state point 1. State point 1, class, is this. Hello, class. Saan ako naputol? Nawala na naman na internet. PV na. Okay. Sige. Nag-hotspot na ako. Okay. So let's start with state point 1. So state point 1 natin, we have the initial or the volume here. But let's say we have V2 here. If we compress a substance, what will happen to its volume, class? Vincent, if you compress something, what will happen to its volume? Vincent? Lahara? Shane?
Constant.
Ulitin ko. If you compress a substance, what will happen to its volume? Halimbawa, meron kang clay. Ay, hindi pala. Wag pala clay. Let's say you have ano ba maganda example? Hindi ako maisip. Let's say you have a substance and you compress it. What will happen to the volume? Yung Shane. Miss Shane said that liliit yung volume or the volume will decrease. Therefore, from state point 1 to state point 2, volume will decrease. So, papuntang left yung ating PV diagram. So, from this state point, pupunta tayo dito sa state point dito. So, parang ganito siya. Yan, this is our state point 2. So, notice we have the new volume here. So, this is V1, this is V2. See it, class? So, this process here is isentropic, meaning constant yung ating entropy. So, na-compress, the volume decreases. Okay? Next, process 2 to 3. And sabi dito, this is an isometric heat addition. So, if you have volume 2, where is volume 3? Volume at state point 3. Again, this is an isometric heat addition. Where do you think is state point 3 going to? Papunta saan? Constant. Okay. So, pataas po. So, this is isometric heat addition. So, meaning volume 2 and volume at state point 3 will have a constant volume. Meaning, dito lang siya. Kapantay lang ng volume 2. So, papunta dyan. Pantay lang to. So, lagay ko lang ng arrow para sa direction. So, ito yung ating state point 1 going to state point 2 and state point 2 going to state point 3. So, this is your state point 3. Now, so we're done with process 2 to 3, which is an isometric heat addition. So, we have an increase in pressure here. Since heat is added, meron tayong heat addition, magkakaroon tayo ng increase in pressure. Ngayon, class, from state point 3 papuntang state point 4, we have an isentropic expansion. So this time, if something expands, what happens to the volume? Correct. So there will be an increase in volume in an expansion process. So going to state point 4 from state point 3, diba, this is volume 2 which is equal to volume 3. So expected natin from volume 3 going to volume 4, the substance will increase its volume since this is expanding. And yung expansion process natin is happening also in an isentropic manner, meaning we also have a constant entropy here. And we now have state point 4, which again, there is an increase in volume from state point 3. So, papunta na siya dito, state point 4. Then, state point 4, going to state point 1, we have an isometric heat rejection. So, I forgot to write pala here. Sa process 2 to 3, nandito yung ating QA or heat addition. Yung process 4 to 1 natin, so isometric meaning constant volume, meaning yung ating volume 1 is equal to volume 4. Nakikita? Do you see yung PV diagram in an Otto cycle? So, process 4 to 1 is an isometric heat rejection, meaning from state point 4 to state point 1, constant yung volume nila or equal yung volume niya. Meaning V1 is equal to V4 and we have here the heat rejection. Andito yung ating heat rejection. Andito yung ating heat addition. Nandito yung ating heat rejection. So in an Otto cycle class, our heat addition or heat added is equal to, since this is a constant volume process, QA is equal to mCV T3 minus T2. Bakit T3 minus T2? Because we have here the state point 3 and state point 2. And yung temperature at state point 3, so di ba we have T3 here, we have T2 here. So yung heat addition natin is equal to the mass of the mixture that undergoes this process times CV. Since this is a constant volume combustion cycle, kaya CV, not CP. Understand ba? And then, yung temperature is state point 3 minus state point 2 na temperature. There you will have the value of the heat added doon sa cycle. If this is the formula for the heat added, what do you think will be the formula for the heat rejected? What do you think, class? Itong sa state point na to, para medyo may analysis na tayo, ano yung mga inilalagay na state points sa analysis ng formula, nung cycle. What do you think is the formula then for heat rejection? Di ba heat rejection natin is from state point 4 to state point 1? Yes, Miss Marjeline.
Ano po, MCV times T1 minus T4 po.
Correct. So this is MCV T1 minus T4. So, meaning, heat added natin between state point 3 and state point 2 siya nangyayari, di ba? Kaya yun yung temperature na pagmamainasin natin. And heat rejection, nangyayari siya between state point 4 and state point 1. Kaya, yung temperature at state point 1 and state point 4, yun yung pinagmaminus natin. Pwede rin ito, class. You can also write this as QR is equal to negative MCV. Kung gusto nyo mauna yung 4, T4 minus T1. Kasi since heat is being rejected, if you want to start with state point 4, you can write negative in front of the equation or in front of the formula. So this one here, yung sinabi ni Marjeline, is already the simplified formula. Since we already distributed yung negative signs, which is an indicator that heat is being rejected. You get it, class? So either of the two will do. No issues dito. Okay? Clear ba? Yes, Mr. Hoson?
So, may question lang po.
Mm.
Hindi po bang negative is yung merong T1 minus T4 tas ang positive po yung T4 minus T1?
Hindi. Hindi po. Bale, kumbaga, ano mo siya, i-think mo siya as you started with state point 4 going to state point 1. Diba, in this process, you have temperature here. However, since heat is rejected, magiging negative siya. Yung process kasi natin, pag ginawang T1 minus T4, so ito papunta dito sa taas. And kapag ganon, yung magiging answer mo is T1 minus T4, magiging positive yan. And magiging negative yan. Therefore, kung magkuha ka ng negative na result, indicator din siya na yung heat is being rejected from the system. So, mag-a-apply lang din doon yung sign convention ng heat natin. Yan. Yun yung heat rejected ng Otto cycle. Okay, saan naman dito yung work natin? So, let's draw naman yung TS diagram. So, sa TS diagram class, so we have the temperature at the y-axis and entropy in the x-axis. So, let's start with process 1 to 2. So, dito class, start tayo dito sa state point 1, which have a low temperature. Yun yung sinasabi ko class dito, kaya pag nag T1 minus T4 ka, low pa yung temperature mo dito. So, negative din yung makukuha mo sagot dito. Dito naman, positive yung makukuha mo sagot since ang T4 is usually higher temperature than T1. Kaya, when you multiply ito negative, ito ay positive, since heat rejected siya, magiging negative siya. So, pag after nitong TS diagram, makikita natin yung temperature na sinasabi ko. Okay? So, dito class, we have state point 1. And yung process natin going to state point 2 is an isentropic compression. Meaning, ano ang value ng entropy natin at state point 2? Isentropic. S1 ay, di ba class, meron tayong entropy sa state point 1. Kung isentropic, yung papunta sa process at state point 2, ano yung entropy natin sa state point 2? Class. Ulitin ko, isentropic yung process. Kung may value ako ng entropy sa state point 1, ano yung entropy sa state point 2? Kung i-compare mo sa state point 1, yung entropy ng state point 2. Yan, si Mr. Panopio, no? Tama si Mr. Panopio. At state point 2 class, constant lang yung entropy kasi nga isentropic yung process. Meaning, state point 1, di ba, itong x-axis ko yung entropy, tataas ko lang siya. Ito na yung aking state point 2 na entropy. Equal lang sila. And this is already yung process 1 to 2. Clear ba? Naintindihan pa? Mr. Anorico? Alvin?
Naintindihan.
Okay. So, now let's proceed to state point 2, going to state point 3. This is an isometric heat addition. And in an isometric heat addition, our graph will be like this. So, meron tayong heat addition dito. This is where yung QI natin ay nangyayari. And ito yung ating state point 3. So, dito class, S1 natin, di ba this is our S1. S1 is equal to S2, sorry. S1 is equal to S2. And in an isometric heat addition, there is an increase in temperature. And this is happening at constant volume. Okay? Now, from state point 3 going to state point 4, meron tayong isentropic expansion. Again, this is an isentropic process. Therefore, state point 3, yung entropy mo at state point 3 is just equal to the entropy at state point 4. This is state point 4. Meron kang entropy dito, meron kang entropy dito, and yung entropy mo dyan is equal lang. Kasi, again, isentropic yung process. So, we have state point 2 to state point 3, state point 3 to state point 4. Ngayon naman, class, from state point 4 to state point 1, we have the isometric heat rejection. So, from state point 4, may heat rejection na tayo. And going back to state point 1 na yan. That's why it is a cycle. Yan, heat rejection. And this is also happening at a constant volume. And yung area na ito, na covered ng boundaries, this is the work net. Yan yung work na na-produce sa isang Otto cycle na engine or sa isang gasoline engine. Ayan. So, for the work net class, so that is just the same concept with the Carnot cycle. Yung work net natin in an Otto cycle is equal to QA minus QR. And yung efficiency natin is same also with the Carnot cycle, which is equal to the work net over QA. However, class, sometimes you will encounter a problem na ang given lang ay compression ratio and yung CP over CV. Yung ratio na yun, yung K natin. Meaning, there will be times na given sa problem ay yung compression ratio na R and yung specific heat ratio na K. And you will be asked of the efficiency, of the cycle efficiency. So if this is the case, class, that you are given ng compression ratio, this is compression ratio, and yung K natin is the specific heat ratio. The formula for efficiency is equal to 1 minus, this is for Otto cycle class ha, 1 minus 1 over R raised to K minus 1. Tatandaan, if you're given lang of the compression ratio and the specific heat ratio, and you are asked to compute for the cycle efficiency, this will be the formula. 1 minus 1 over R raised to K minus 1. Okay? Clear? Now, yung compression ratio natin is still the same. Still the same concept here. So, in this case, class, in this example here, do sa ating PV diagram, yung compression ratio natin dito, yung R natin dito is equal to V1 over V2. V1 over V2 or since V1 is equal to V4, pwede rin natin siyang i-write as V4 over V3. That is the compression ratio. So you have the volume at state point 1 over the volume at state point 2. So yung compression ratio nyo lagi, class, is more than 1 yan. Kasi usually, volume 1 natin is higher than volume 2 kasi nag-compress ka dito eh. So this is value more than 1 lagi. So kung yung compression ratio nyo is mababa, like 0.5, may mali na dun. Kasi again, yung numerator nyo is the larger volume. And yung denominator nyo is yung decreased na yung volume or the smaller volume. Clear? Clear? Nakukuha pa ba? Okay. Ngayon, class, I will also give the formula for the percentage clearance. Ano naman yung percentage clearance? Percentage clearance, class, is baliktado sa ating cylinder. Etong clearance na to, meaning this is the volume ng clearance, right? Yung sinabi ko kanina, yung VTDC, this is the volume at the clearance. Yung clearance sa top dead center. So, yung percentage clearance natin, class, that is equal to the volume ng clearance. This is the volume of the clearance over the volume of the displacement. Again, that is the volume of this clearance over the volume of this entire region here or this entire space here. Yun yung ating volume, that is the percentage clearance. Again, this is the volume of the clearance over the displacement volume. Or, alternate formula natin for this one is 1 over R minus 1. So, it should be the same. So, R natin again is the compression ratio. So, again, percentage clearance is equal to the volume of the clearance over the volume of the displacement. Or, that is equal to 1 over R minus 1. So, dito, ang volume ng displacement natin is ano kaya? Volume of the displacement here, class, is, in this case, dito sa ating PV diagram, VD is equal to V1 minus V2. Volume here minus volume here, that is the volume displaced. Yun yung from the initial state point after the compression, that is the volume of the displacement. And lastly, if maririnig nyo, yung mean effective pressure or the MEP, this is always equal to the work net over the volume of displacement. Or pwede rin siyang over V1 minus V2. Pwede rin siyang over V4 minus V3 since same lang siya. Or this can be written as V4 minus V3. Since again, V1 is just equal to V4 and V2 is equal to V3. So, yun na class yung mga formula and the concept behind an Otto cycle. Okay? Naintindihan ba? Info overload? Hindi pa naman. Hello? Clear pa. Okay, so, meron pa tayo 7 minutes. Iko-compress ko na lang for the diesel cycle. Ang diesel cycle naman, class, is an ideal or air standard cycle for compression ignition engine, or this is designed for a diesel engine. Kanina 'di ba gasoline yung pinag-uusapan natin? Diesel cycle is of course for diesel engine. This is a constant pressure combustion cycle. Diba kanina, yung auto natin is a constant volume. Sinabi ko ba yun? Ito pala. Diba, auto cycle is a constant volume combustion cycle. Ang diesel cycle naman, class, is a constant pressure combustion cycle. So this is named after Rudolf Diesel. Rudolf Diesel. Ayan siya. Tapos, yung processes natin dito, class, in a diesel cycle, processes. So, yung 1 to 2, meron tayong 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and then, lastly, 4 to 1. Yung process 1 to 2 natin, class, in a diesel cycle is isentropic compression. This is isentropic compression, meaning constant entropy, compressed volume will decrease. And kapag nag-decrease yung volume, ang pressure ay nag-i-increase. So, pressure will increase. Sa process 2 to 3 class, this is an isobaric heat addition. Since this is isobaric, constant is pressure. And then, meron tayong heat added on this point. 3 to 4 naman natin, class, is isentropic expansion. So, nag-expand. Meaning, isentropic ay constant entropy. Nag-expand, yung volume natin is mag-i-increase, yung pressure natin, of course, magdi-decrease. Tapos, process 4 to 1 natin, class, is an isometric heat rejection. Isometric heat rejection. Meaning, isometric at constant volume, meron tayong heat na nireject. Okay, so these are the processes in a diesel cycle. So let us draw the PV and TS diagram para mas ma-appreciate natin. So this is the PV diagram. This is the TS diagram. Let's do this simultaneously. So this is PV. This is TS. So makikita natin yung behavior ng ating mixture. So in a PV diagram class, so mag-start tayo dito. State point 1. Kasi, bakit dito sa increased volume na? Ito na kasi class yung stage wherein meron na tayong intake ng air fuel mixture doon sa ating engine. Kumbaga, ito na yung stage kung saan yung pumasok na yung air fuel mixture. Kaya mas malaki na yung volume niya. So, state point 1 going to state point 2, this is an isentropic compression, nag-compress. So, meaning ang mangyayari sa volume natin, magdi-decrease in an isentropic process. So, ang itsura niyan class is ganyan. So, this is your state point 2. This is going here. Pagdating naman sa TS diagram, so this is an isentropic process. So this is your state point 1. Since isentropic, constant entropy, ang entropy at state point 2 is equal sa entropy at state point 1. So nandito lang siya. Equal lang siya. Okay? So that is constant entropy. Ito ay constant entropy. Lumiit yung volume, tumaas, umakyat yung pressure, bumaba yung volume, umakyat yung pressure, at nangyari siya sa constant entropy process. State point 2 to 3, isobaric. Constant pressure, heat addition. Constant pressure meaning from state point 2 going to state point 3, constant yung pressure. Yung pressure mo at this point, constant lang siya. So, state point 3 mo, nandyan lang. Constant pressure, same yung pressure sa state point 2 sa state point 3. Pagdating naman sa TS diagram, since this is a constant pressure process, ganito yung itsura niya. This is at constant pressure. This is your state point 3, and this is where your heat is added. This is where heat is being added. And then, papunta na tayo sa process 3 to 4, which is an isentropic expansion. Since nag-expand yung ating mixture, lalaki yung ating volume. Lumaki from state point 3 going to state point 4. Lumaki yung volume, nag-expand. Bumaba yung pressure from this point to this point, di ba? Bumaba yung pressure. And nangyari siya din sa constant entropy process. So dito naman, since constant yung entropy, pantay lang si 3 at 4. So this is state point 4. And entropy at state point 3 is equal to the entropy at state point 4. Tapos, lastly, isometric. Same yung volume ng volume 1 and volume 4. Isometric constant volume, and this is where heat is being rejected. So, pagdating naman dito, ang graph niya na is dito. Pabalik ng state point 1. So, i-draw ko lang yung arrows para sa direction. And ganito na siya, class. So, yun na si diesel engine. Again, this is a constant pressure combustion cycle. Ang heat rejected natin ay dito. So, yun na siya, class. Ang overview na lang yung nagawa natin sa isang diesel cycle. So, at least, no, you have the knowledge on paano nyo i-correlate yung processes sa paggawa ng PV and TS diagram. So, yun na. Medyo overtime na tayo. So, yun na. Last meeting na natin. Again, galingan nyo sa inyong final exam. mag-aral na lang up to Carnot cycle. Itong diniscuss natin for today ay hindi naman to kasali sa exam. Kumbaga, para lang may knowledge kayo sa Otto and diesel cycle. So, yun lang, class. Again, thank you everyone. And have a great day ahead. Yes, Alvin.
Ma'am, excuse po. About po dun sa notebook, kailan po siya
Ay!
namin ipapasa?
Yun nga pala. Yung sa notebook class, so ang mangyayari, from yung problem dun sa spring, di ba yung pinasulat ko na problem na kasali sa quiz? Tandaan niyo yun, yung quiz 1 yata natin yun. Di ba naputol yung, I mean, hanggang dun yung chinekan ko kasi nung una kong pinasubmit sa inyo. Tapos, after that, di ba may problem, yun yung start ng pipicturan nyo. So, i-compile nyo na lang din siya in a PDF. Then, submission naman will be on Sunday pa. So, next week pa. On or before 4 p.m. So, magbibigay na lang ulit ako ng link sa mga coordinator. Ano? Yes, Alvin.
Ma'am, ano po, may PM po ako ulit sa inyo.
Wait, hindi ko pa nababasa.
Kakain lang din naman po. Thank you po.
Sige. Nag-message din siya sa akin. So, yun lang, class. Good luck ulit. Bye-bye. Salamat
Thank
sa
you po, ma'am.